Hyperdive Heroes is a podcast for grown-ups, with cursing, depicted violence, and unsettling descriptions. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Hi there. Well, that's a way to introduce yourself, I guess.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
That was interesting.
Hey, everybody. You guys, I love this sort of mildly condescending. Like, oh yeah, you did good. Yeah, you know.
I mean, it was cute. Like,
it was cute. It was so you. You know what? You're doing your best, sweetie.
It's officially Pride Month tomorrow, so that means I get to throw as much shade as I want to.
Oh, okay. Well, then I do too, if that's the case.
Very much true.
Yeah.
You can throw it right back.
I do too, if that's the fucking case. All right. Hey.
Read them, sis.
Hey. Hey, welcome. I'm sorry you're still here. Welcome to our podcast, Hyperdive Heroes. Another episode.
Way to sound confident.
Yes.
It's okay. We already know that they're gonna hate us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's okay. I'm a Sith master. Their hatred fuels me.
Setting us up to win, you guys.
There you go. You see, you won.
We're so
you
positive.
did it.
Just need to lean into the mic and just go, Kenobi.
Oh, God.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to our wonderful meta fun adventure. Aren't we excited for what adventures await? What fun, mystical adventures?
It's time to go solve colonialism,
and when we say meta, we don't mean Zuckerberg. We do not mean the town of Zuckerberg.
Okay.
What, it's a callback to a joke just like a couple episodes ago. Did you guys
No, I remembered.
I think the hardcore fans are really going to get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put down the wiki page.
Hardcore fans. After,
put down the wiki page.
After what, like 5, 6, 7 episodes at this point?
Yeah.
I
don't even know. Like, how many have we recorded? I don't remember anymore.
It's just like the running joke work week at Wilbur's.
Stop. It's not as funny when you bring it up like that. You have to be organic.
All right.
It has to be organic. You have to let it settle.
Yeah, what are you doing, you piece of shit? That's not how you say jokes. That's not timing.
Oh.
Gotta be totally natural, just like this.
I'm getting chewed out by a knee.
Like this.
I'm getting chewed out by a knee-high colonialist.
Looks like your land is mine now. I don't see a flag.
These colors don't run, bitch.
Okay, sorry guys.
Start.
Before you click away,
It's time to show you the weapon that won the West.
we promise
No.
to put this
Loads lever action
bullshit
rifle.
aside.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas Kirkendall. I am your dungeon master, rabble rouser, storyteller, and unfortunate host. Okay, who wants to go next?
Well, my name is Tristan Riley, and I'm announcing myself first for once. I play.
Shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Jumped on that one. I play the beautiful, confident, handsome, Sonny Sullivan Summers. And I'm here to kick ass and take names. Or maybe take ass and kick names. I don't know. One of those.
All right. I am Alexander Kirkendall, the younger brother of our rabble-rouser, much to his dismay. And I will be playing the ever-refined and perpetually tired Robert O'Ryan Bancroft, our man who sounds British but was born in Seattle. And I
Still
am.
mystifies me.
These bros just LARPing 24/7. He never stops.
The grind never stops.
I believe your last one, Deidre.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Danger Rude.
Get off Twitter. It's time to introduce yourself to our adoring fans.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
it's
no, I
X
don't-
now.
It's
Oh,
X
God.
now.
Just
the
get
website
outta
formerly
here.
known as Twitter.
Yeah, hi. What's up, bro? My name's Danger Rude, and I am a crypto capitalist, and I just want to make sure that you're investing in our new crypto coin coming out. It's really rad. It's called Hyperdive coin.
I can hear the
And-
unsubbing. I can hear the subscribers
It's-
leaving.
All right, bro. You just don't understand it. All right, you don't understand it. Like, this is for like really smart people, okay?
Yeah.
And like, it
Really
makes,
smart.
you know, like makes a lot of money, and you know, we'll all be driving Lambos. It's okay. It's fine.
All right.
Our new
Where do I sign
cryptocurrency
up?
pyramid scheme. I mean,
All right,
scam coin. I mean,
All right, and who do you play in this podcast, might I ask?
I play Chad Ryan, the child with 2 first names and a heart of gold.
What's Chad's middle name? I need to know what Chad's middle name is.
I actually haven't thought about that one.
This is important world building.
Aaron.
No, it's Chad Kyle Ryan.
Oh God!
His middle name is Kyle.
Kyle.
You can't have a Chad and a Kyle.
Step
Oh
the
my
fuck
God!
up, Kyle.
Chad Kyle
Step
Ryan.
the fuck up, Kyle.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's
You need to put that in parentheses on your character sheet, Deidre. I need Chad parentheses Ryan or Kyle Ryan. I need that on your sheet.
yeah. So really, I say 2 first names, but it's actually 3.
We can call bro, sick nickname. We can call him CKR for short.
Cocker.
All right. We return to our story the moment you have returned from this sort of like transient state when you fell through the world, Chad. And this mysterious, almost glitching, distorted, like sort of like agender voiced and formed humanoid thing appeared, touched you upon the shoulder, and like this arm reached out and grabbed you, and you just heard them say, "Not yet." And so Sonny and Robert, for the two of you, you watched Chad hit this invisible barrier, this invisible wall. You watched his body sort of gyrate and like vibrate in place against nothing. And then he dropped, like phased through the floor out of sight and was gone for like a solid minute or so. So what are you guys doing in the moment? You see Chad and then he drops.
Chad!
Gods.
Chad!
Fuck. Shit. What the fuck?
You saw what I saw, right?
I can't. How did I could put him in my inventory, but he's too far away now. Probably.
Oh no! Did he just glitch through the floor? Did he fall through the world?
Let's see. I open my inventory. Can I? Is there like a proximity thing? Can I?
Nope.
Shit.
I just start clawing at the ground instinctually. Chad, can you hear me?
Robert, you blink, and Chad is now standing a foot from you.
Oh shit!
Chad,
Ah!
where? What?
What the fuck was that?
And for a
What
brief
happened?
moment, Robert and Sonny and Chad, you all see what appears to be like a sequence of numbers, like almost like code, running up the side of Chad's arm and then disappearing.
Can I parse?
I think I met God.
Can I parse out anything that code might have said?
No, just a random string of numbers.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is
Some
it
of them
like
were
just
symbols.
binary?
Yeah, and also some of them were symbols you don't even recognize. So
What the hell?
there would be no way to identify them.
I gotta look over. Chad,
It's like the actual Matrix.
you all right? You just had like a seizure and disappeared.
Okay, real quick before we continue this conversation, Robert, let me look at what your specialty stuff is.
Make him roll for it, coach.
Make him roll for it, coach. I will say detail-oriented would probably detail-oriented master of the digital languages. I think this is a double boon roll for you.
Hell yeah.
Double boon.
Yeah, because I think
Wow.
this is your specialty.
I code.
Yeah, this
so
is your thing.
Badass at code, man.
Yeah, this is Robert's thing.
I got a 5, a 6, and a 4, so I think that's a 6.
You roll the
a 6.
Bane.
Oh, double
Roll the Bane
oops.
roll.
Oh,
Double
I mean, even
boon roll.
still, like, it's still... If
Wow.
It doesn't
double
matter.
Double boon, you just take the highest.
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
just take the highest, so 6. Yeah, we'll just take the highest.
Okay, I got a 6. Because double boon
Okay.
roll 1, 1, 2. Oh, fuck me.
No, so we'll go with the first
It's like rolling advantage and getting 2 1s.
Wow. We're pros
but-
at this
Happened
game.
Okay.
before.
So with a 6, Robert, you're able to very easily write out some of these symbols as they disappear. You're only able to get a few of them because they disappear quick. They basically whoop up Chad's arm and vanish just for about a moment. But you catch like 2 or 3 and you jot them down in your notebook. They don't really mean anything to you.
Not yet.
They just look like some abstract symbols. One of them looks kind of like a 6 with a line kind of diagonally through the tip, or like the top part of the 6. One looks almost like an R or a 5. You're not quite sure. It's like a weird R and a 5 kind of meshed together. And another one actually looks like that A and M symbol.
Ooh.
That overlapping. That's the same that is the symbol for the flag of the Kingdom of Reverie.
The royal seal.
Yeah, the same one.
Wow.
But it's also the same symbol you saw on the pad that appeared.
Interesting.
So, but Robert, as you're writing that down, though, Chad, what are you saying as you reappear?
Are you alright, dude?
I think it just meant God. I think it just meant God. What the
What?
fuck just happened? I fell through the ground,
Uh-huh.
and I was falling for a really long time.
And there was a god down
Yeah.
there?
Suddenly, I was suspended, just floating, right? And I don't think I was falling any further.
Right.
And then
Was-
somebody grabbed me and said, "Not yet." And I couldn't make out exactly what kind of person it was. They seemed like, I don't know, it was strange. It
What was
really
the third
weird.
symbol again, you said?
Oh, it's the A M
Or the
overlapping.
second symbol, sorry.
Oh, it's like a 5
like an
and an
R and a
R.
5.
A 5
It's like an R and it's like an R and a 5 sort of smashed together.
Well, maybe it's good that at least something's looking out for us. Whatever it is. What are you doing there, Robert? What are you doing?
Writing something down. And then I close the book and I wrap it up and I put it back in my inventory.
Okay.
Yep, I was just thinking about Alex's notebook, just having a bunch of squiggles, question marks on top.
Robert's like, I don't know.
This makes no sense.
Oh, sorry. I was just taking some notes on some of the symbols I saw crawling up Chad's arm. I don't recognize them, but
Symbols?
it might come in handy to know what they are later. I don't advise trying to go through the door again.
Yeah, no, don't plan on doing that. Do not plan on doing that.
Good lad.
Yep.
Good lad. So, we have a couple of options.
And what do you think?
I definitely think we should try and lay a trap for these swindlers. Should they try to come again, they should be arriving relatively soon, from what Lincolnhall said. That, I think, would probably be the best course of action. To sort of reveal them for what they are, and then hopefully the Scarecrows can help us and do their job. In theory.
I mean, that's, if he hasn't made them think that they can't get off their posts and do things, because it's pretty obviously that they can.
Well, true. We'll have to see. We'll play it by ear. The other thing is, I am now even more curious about Alice.
I suppose I'm down to stay here and trap those brownies, but kind of look around. I guess it doesn't look like the world's about to end. anytime soon, so...
Knowing these kinds of games, you can sort of side quest infinitely because the main storyline doesn't progress unless you interact with it.
Don't hit the trigger, so to speak. All right.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know that for sure, though. That's just basing ourselves off assumptions.
True, but how many stories, video games do you know of where the main storyline progresses without the player interacting with it?
There's got to be a few.
How many games do you know of that can suck you into them?
Yeah, good point.
Kind of making a point that we shouldn't assume anything.
You hear the clomp of Lumpy's farm boots as he approaches back to the door and comes out. And he's got like a little tray with some glasses of like iced tea. And he walks over, he's like, well, I figure since you're out here in the sun, you might need some refreshment. So here you go. And he hands you all a cup of iced tea.
I go to grab my iced tea.
Wow,
Can I grab my iced tea?
No.
I try to grab it.
You know what? Crash, there's only 2 glasses. There isn't one for you, Chad.
Wow.
No, there is 3, but he takes the 3rd one for himself.
That makes sense.
I give Chad...
I go to reach for it, and then I'm just like... my hand passes through it, and then he's just...
Well, you gotta reach for it, he just takes it. Starts drinking.
Wow.
You're like, oh.
I give Chad an apologetic look, and I take mine and drink it.
It's very refreshing. It's like a half and half with like lemonade.
Mmm.
Nice. I'll let him experiment to try and pick up my glass.
I'd go to try and pick up his glass.
Roll me a d6. Roll me a d6, Daedra. Roll me a d6. Tell me what you get.
4. Got a 4.
4. Okay. So your hand closes around the glass, and you do have the glass in your hand, but you don't feel the cool chill of like the kind of like the glass as if you were holding like an icy cool beverage. As I said, all sensations for you feel somewhat muted, as if you're feeling them, but like your tactile senses aren't as, you know, like sensitive as they normally would be. So there's a vague
like I'm walking around in a suit.
Yeah, it's kind of, everything's kind of muffled. So like the glass feels cold, but not as cold as you know it should be. But you're holding it.
That's it. I got picked up and I got put into a bodysuit, and now I'm just like in the game as like a side character person that's like not fully in the game maybe, but I don't realize it yet. I don't know. This confuses me. I'm having an existential crisis. I need to sit down.
I don't know what I am.
Chad sits down holding this iced tea just on the ground.
Wow.
Robert is thinking about...
Have your tea back.
Thank you, Chad. Robert is thinking about how inconsistent it is that people interact with Chad. Because Lumpy usually seems like he's able to interact with Chad and will respond to what he's saying, but then again, at times like these, he doesn't.
I don't know if he was. Was he interacting with Chad earlier?
He would directly answer Chad's questions.
Oh,
and it
weird.
hasn't just been Lumpy. There are also other individuals. Some of them don't interact with him at all.
That is strange.
Some of them interact with him willfully and consciously, like the princess and the hero. And then there are others that are inconsistent with it. So he's just like files that away for later. Like, what the fuck is up with this?
I guess I see Chad just sort of sitting there looking morose with his iced tea, and I kind of put a hand on his shoulder. You all right, bud?
I don't know. I feel like I'm having a kind of a hard time right now. I miss my family, and I can't touch anything. I feel kind of like, I don't know, I feel very outside of it right now. So it's...
Yeah.
Robert's eyes widen a little bit as his brow furrows and just go, I was supposed to pick my sister up from school.
I was supposed to get some dinner for my girlfriend. Well,
I'm gonna find the person that's responsible for this, and I'm gonna kick them in the nuts or cooch as hard as I fucking can.
sounds like a good start. Once we do get out of here.
My dad's gonna kill me.
Lumpy.
Lumpy is kind of standing on the porch as you're all talking and having this moment, and he is just sipping his cup of iced tea and looking back and forth at all of you as you talk while smiling.
Lumpy,
Well,
Eh?
what's the deal with Alice?
Well, she be my newest scarecrow. I had her crafted up on the table. As I said, I go by the market sometimes and I buy some, used costumes and stuff from the bargain bins at the stores. And, I found some old clown clothes and some other things. I take it back to my workbench and worked her into a scarecrow and put out there like the rest of them. Now, she is the new one, new gal on the block, so I would say she's the newest, if that's what you mean.
She seems more active than the others.
Well, you know how youngsters are. He gives a good old laugh.
Well, I also mean willingly active. Like, she willingly engages.
What's that then?
She's more willingly active.
Well, I mean, some of my scarecrows are just friendly like that.
She seems to kind of more think for herself. Like she doesn't seem to be like the kind that like takes commands or like
Yeah.
just like doing the job just cause.
Almost like a
doing the
person?
job because she likes to. But she seems much more personable than the others.
Lumpy just goes, well, we can't have that, loads shotgun.
Lumpy actually just kind of nods. He goes, yeah. No. And then shakes his head at you like,
God, you're stupid.
well, no, I mean, like, they're magical golems that I made to watch my farm, but they don't really have free will.
Are you certain?
I think they might, Mr. Lumpy.
Are you sure about that?
If they did, I would have noticed. I'm very perceptive.
You didn't notice that you were being robbed?
Yeah, those brownies in a trench coat.
He
You didn't notice?
he actually stops to think for a moment. Now that you bring that up, I think you've made a very cogent point.
I should hope so.
Oh my god. Are they gonna unionize? He says.
Oh my god.
Well, he knows the word cogent.
Kind of hard to unionize against someone who can unmake you with a word, but
It's true, but I would never do that. They're my special kids. I love those guys.
well,
So just to be straight, did we just establish that Lumpy is an anti-union farmer?
He said he was part of the Wizard Mafia. So I
God
mean,
damn it, he is anti-union, isn't he? That's son of a bitch.
who knows?
he may not be turning people into scarecrows, but he is a union buster.
Yeah.
If he's this dumb, how has he stayed in the Wizard Mafia for
Because
this
he's
long?
out here in the middle of fucking nowhere, not
He's a
bothering
patsy.
anyone.
He's the patsy for sure.
He's gotta be. Yeah.
Anything goes wrong, it's Lumpy's fault.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's out in the boonies.
That explains it. That's the only way. Well, Chad, if we're ever gonna get the hell out of here and kick that sumbitch in the crotch, we better get moving. So, if we're gonna set a trap for these here brownies, let's do it.
All right, let's get on it then. And I'm going to whatever traps you guys lay, I'm going to try and glitch them so they're actually invisible.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
Because,
see.
like, have you ever had those like times in games where like a mob has like rubber banded incorrectly, and so like it's attacking you even though it's like way on the other side of the map visually?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm trying to set up.
Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, Todd. Okay, Lumpy is gonna sit on the deck and he takes out a little banjo and starts to strum at it as you guys go around his farm.
Lumpy.
Oh, yeah?
Do your scarecrows fight for the farm?
Oh, well, why would they need to fight? There's no violence here at the farm.
Well, if we have to fight the brownies, they gotta probably do that.
Well, they're not made for combat. They're made of straw and cloth.
It was just a question.
Oh, they're watch golems. They're not fighting golems.
Can I try and
It's too bad.
Can I try and change their clothing material into armor? Like give it the properties of armor?
Glitch it into armor.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can like cause a glitch so like it actually has the properties of armor instead of clothing.
But if they won't fight, I mean, I hope they will fight. Maybe.
They might fight if they have armor. Just give them a little more bulk.
Give them more confidence.
Yeah,
I feel like one of two things could happen if you gave them armor. Because they're not programmed to have armor, what is likely to happen is you give them an armor value, but the armor value isn't supposed to exist, so it like becomes a negative integer, which could either give them infinite armor or cause them to take repeated damage because their armor value is negative.
Well, we gotta test it on one of them.
Although I feel like if the armor value is negative, it might just be like, and they have infinite armor, because
Meanwhile,
that's not how it's
I would
supposed
like
to work.
while Chad's doing that, I would like to see what kinds of traps I might be able to make. I don't know if I would specifically have inherited that knowledge with my class, but I don't know, like if I might get together snares or something.
Roll yourself a knowledge check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not specifically an ability you have, but you can certainly try.
Okay.
Like, what kind of snare are you thinking?
Well, I'm kind of thinking maybe instead of a snare, just like a big net, like maybe kind of hide a net like in front of the door, cover it up with some grass or something, and when they come by to collect, swoop them up in that. Maybe. I don't know if he has any net lying around. He's not a fisherman. Yeah, it might just have to be maybe a snare then to at least catch one by the foot or something. Maybe use it as a hostage.
Just a fucking bear trap.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't see any bear traps on me, but I don't know if I'd be able to jerry rig one of those.
Well, there's a barn right next to Lumpy's cottage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's like a barn just sitting right there.
Cool. I'll go in there and see what I might be able to use.
Okay. So you go towards the barn to try to look for stuff to maybe make a snare. Robert, what are you doing right now?
Is there a basement to Lumpy's building?
Not that you can go inside, so you don't know.
Fair.
But will there be in the future? That's the real question.
DLC, you gotta pay. You gotta pay money to
Goddamn
unlock it.
microtransactions.
Ah, damn it. I gotta pay $20 for Lumpy's basement DLC.
It's actually a whole dungeon. There's a boss down there.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of worth it.
Well, I exercised the ghost, but now I spent so much money on microtransactions that I'm completely broke.
It's the Lingenhal's basement DLC. It adds the Lumpy dungeon.
I hate it.
Robert's just sort of really interested in what's going on with Alice.
Okay. So you're gonna go do that. Chad, what are you doing? So Robert and Sunny are splitting off to go do two different things. What are you doing? You're kind of sitting on the ground. You gave the iced tea back, but I think you're still kind of seated where you've been. So what are you doing?
I think I'm going to get up.
Okay.
I'm going to walk over to that scarecrow that I accidentally put my hand inside.
Jeffrey, yeah, as you get closer, he kind of leans away a little bit, like, don't fucking stay away from me.
I'm gonna be like, hey, Jeffrey.
What?
How do you feel about fighting things?
He can't blink, but you imagine like he would if he could.
Wouldn't you know it? I crave violence.
No, he kind of looks at you and he goes, I don't know if you know this, but I'm made of straw. and a burlap sack.
But what if you weren't? Would you be willing to fight?
I'm made of straw.
He can't comprehend another
And
existence.
a sack and my clothes that I have.
Break his mind by changing his his attire.
I'm going to...
Are you gonna put your hand on me again? Because if you do, I'm gonna have a problem.
Don't mind break the scarecrow.
I'll scream. He says I'll scream.
I'm just going to tap. I'm just going to tap his shirt, and I want to turn it into a chainmail shirt.
Okay, roll me.
It's too heavy. He's made
roll
of
me a
straw.
d6. Yeah, roll me a d6. Okay, for two different things. Roll me a d6. You're gonna have to roll d6 here a couple times. So roll me one. First, roll me one d6 and tell me what you get.
1. Every time.
A 1. Okay. Okay, so nothing happens for that. Roll me another d6 now.
2.
Oh man, you're on a roll.
Yeah.
So
One of those days.
okay. All right, well this is going to be interesting. You reach up and you tap the scarecrow. And nothing happens for a minute. And then the entire scarecrow turns into a bunch of chainmail and clatters to the ground, and there's no more scarecrow.
I'm sorry, Jeffrey. Oh god, I just killed Jeffrey. Oh god.
He's
I
dead,
just killed
Jeffrey.
Anybody want some chainmail? Anybody want some chainmail?
There's a couple other scarecrows nearby, staring with abject horror in your direction.
Here's my question. Because of how you phrased it, is the chain actually linked together into mail, or is it just a bunch of steel rings that are loose?
It is just a bunch of loose steel rings that have fallen to the ground. And
He died a Sonic the Hedgehog death.
Yeah, a bunch of rings. Bring, 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 just scattering everywhere.
Good God.
Just fucking rings scattering everywhere onto the ground.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
Does Lumpy say anything?
Lumpy's still playing his banjo. He hasn't noticed anything.
Well,
That's Lumpy for you. It's gonna take him 6 weeks before he realizes, I think I'm down a scarecrow.
Well, Jed, you were standing here with a whole lot of rings.
Should we just tell Lumpy that this is money?
They're not there.
Wow.
You're alone. Nobody's here with you, Chad.
No, I'm talking to myself.
You are.
I'm totally talking to myself
Well, you
right now.
said we, so I just imagined you look at the other scarecrows.
You look at a different scarecrow that's like got like the classic overalls and the straw hat and the sack face, and he just goes, "Please don't turn me into rings. Please don't. Please don't turn me into rings. I don't want to be rings. Turn Jeffrey into rings.
I'm just gonna walk away at this
Got
point.
ring phobia.
Completely ashamed.
You're gonna turn me into rings."
I feel like what happened is because he's like, I want the scarecrows, I want a part of this scarecrow to be chainmail. But he didn't exactly specify. So the code said, oh, he wants the scarecrow to be chainmail. But then it's like, this is a burlap sack. It can't be chainmail. Oh, I know. I'll turn each individual piece of straw into a ring for chainmail.
You nailed it.
You gotta be very specific with game coding. Otherwise, you make a very, very, very wrong thing.
Well, in the
Look, Chad is learning as a new glitch.
yeah, as Chad walks away from the field, you hear a couple scarecrows going, "You turned him into ring."
It's like, what was it? Pirate Software doing one of his coding streams where he entered a
Okay, hold on.
cutscene.
So Chad, I think Chad, I think you're gonna gain a karma for that one, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So you add yourself a karma.
sweet. I'm glad I got karma.
All right. So that's what Chad does. Let's go to Sunny next.
Yeah, what do I find in this barn?
the barn doors open as like we see Sonny with his arms out as he like knocks the doors open to either side.
Yeah.
And they clatter open. You see an old dusty barn. You see a couple horses, probably used for like, you know, tilling the field and stuff like that. Kind of like in some little pens. You see a single cow and a little pen full of some pigs as well. And you see like a ladder that goes up to a loft where you can see some like hay bales and other stuff like boxes and crates. And you also see like a workbench with like a tool bench next to it and like a wall with some other tools and stuff leaned against it. So it's a bunch of like farming implements and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. Do I see any like rope on the wall? Like, what can I use?
Yeah, there's like a big like 50 foot of like hemp and rope you can find.
Nice. Okay, I might be able to use that. I take the rope, put it over my shoulder. Let's see here. Are there any bear traps or things like that?
Bear traps?
Or rabbit traps. Little iron claw traps.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Brownie steps on a bear trap. He's not heavy enough to trigger it.
I think this is going to be a luck roll. We haven't really gotten to do one of these before. To like find items as you would need them. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say this is probably not little chance. So I think you're gonna roll 2d6.
2d6?
And yeah, and if you have rolled at least 1 6, then you'll find what you're looking for.
Okay. Sounds good.
I roll a 6.
Okay. Let's see. Nope.
Okay, so you look around. You don't see any sort of iron claw traps.
You could use a karma. Bump that to a 6.
No, because it would need to be a 6 on one of the dice, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It would need to be a 6.
Well, I guess if I used all three of them.
Oh, right. I misread it. I thought you rolled a 5, and I was like, hey, he's close.
So I think it's like, I mean, it makes sense. Lumpy is not like a game hunter. He's a farmer. He makes like, you know, he grows vegetables and stuff like that. He's not a hunter.
You might have some mouse traps, but those aren't going to be.
Yeah, I mean, like you don't even find those. You don't find any sort of traps at all.
Okay.
Like none of the conventional kind of traps.
Are there like just like basic nails or anything?
Yeah, there's like a hammer and some nails. That's easy to find.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I can like put those, head down, sort of in the dirt, and put some straw over them or something. So I'll take those, and
you walk out.
I'll leave.
Okay. All right. So I guess you're gonna make like what do you? So you're trying to make some like nail, like I guess like things you could step on, like nails you could step on.
Yeah, basically just step. That's it with the nails, and then
with the rope.
I might just sort of lay it. I was thinking maybe something to trip them with. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably maybe just lay it like is there like there's a fence around the property, around the building?
Yeah, there's like a wooden fence.
And there's like a little gate, probably.
It's more like a wooden arch that's like the entrance to the farm.
Oh, okay.
It's connected to the gate, but it's like one of those like big wooden arches that like a wagon could go under.
I see.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I wonder if I could dip the rope and like, no, actually I won't do that. I'll just,
okay.
I'll just hold on to the rope for now. It might come in use later. Can always use a good rope.
Indiana Jones lasso.
Yeah, I'll save it for something else in the future.
Okay. Alrighty, you got it. So you take it, you go and you wrap that rope around your arm. Give me a d6 roll just flat to see how well your little nail traps are going to be.
Okay. I imagine I would set them up like probably around the doorway. I feel bad for Lumpy. I don't want him to step on him. Maybe I'd have to maybe talk with him about it first. I Okay, so that's a 2. Not great.
So I think what happens is you go over in front of the house, you put some nails into the dirt, and you just drop a lot of straw on them. So there's just like a puddle of straw in front of the steps to like the house. It's not very well hidden. It's kind of just right there.
Lumpy, you gotta be careful coming down the steps, all right?
Well, he gets up. What are you talking about? He starts coming down the steps.
Stop right there.
What is it?
Stop. Just don't.
He takes a step.
Don't step on that hay. Whatever you do.
What, this hay? Stomp.
Yeah, this hay puts his foot on it. Nothing happens. I mean, they're small nails, and he's wearing like big, thick leather boots.
Okay, good.
You can still stab a nail through your fucking boot.
They're not very big nails. They're little nails.
Little roofing
nails.
Roofing tack nails.
Yeah, they're like roofing nails.
Oh wow. Maybe I just didn't set them very well.
He like walks across the straw up to you. He's like, "What's up, Sonny?"
Forget about it. Never mind.
Oh, do you need help with something?
Nope. No help. I'm all right.
Are you sure? I'm a powerful farm wizard. If you need help, I can help you.
Well, I guess on second thought, we're expecting those brownies to come back, and
yeah, them.
We was thinking, to stop them from stealing from you, and if you might have anything you know of to stop them from coming back here.
He thinks for a moment, like, well, strokes his chin. You know what? I might have something that can help you. Now, I may be a powerful farm wizard, but I'm not exactly a combat wizard. There are other wizards who are more dealing in that sort of stuff,
Like that fish wizard in the capital?
He goes, yeah, I know this really powerful member of the wizard mafia, Grimberly. He's really, really deadly in a fight. There are wizards who are much more adept at that sort of thing. I'm more of a esoteric,
So you're basically of no use in fighting off brownies?
No. I never said that.
Okay.
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out
a
bottle. Yeah, a flamethrower. No, an Elon Musk brand flamethrower.
That shit's weak though. You need a real flamethrower.
I never said he's not smart. We already confirmed that.
We want one of those. We want one of those ones that are banned by the Geneva Convention.
Hans, get the Flammenwerfer. We go to the trenches.
He reaches into his pocket and he takes out a cork-stopped bottle and hands it to you. And it looks like it has like a sludge in it. Like it looks like mud and moss and like it's viscous like liquid, but it's like a smoothie consistency.
Eat this.
No, it's Ray's old swish.
And he just goes,
it's old swish.
And he goes, this is a powerful potion that can help you in battle.
What does it do?
It's just completely unfiltered moonshine.
He goes, well, it will give you a boost to your strength for a short duration. Just mind the kick. He taps his nose.
It is just moonshine. It gives you that drunken strength.
All right.
He's like, I got me here some absinthe.
Thank you.
Wizard absinthe.
I take it.
Sounds great.
Made it from the fermented potatoes.
You put lumpy potion into your
lumpy potion. Ugh.
Yeah.
And it is lumpy.
Lumpy swish.
Yeah. It's full of lumpies. It's full of lumps. You don't know what the exact specific. It makes you strong. Just mind the kick is all he said.
Wonderful. Okay. Lumpy potion. Mind the kick.
So when it's in your inventory, like, is there an item description where it actually like says these things?
Yeah. Well, so if you open your inventory after you put you vanish the item into your inventory, right? You tap the vial, it says put in inventory, you say yes, and then you open up the inventory, you look at it. It just says grants the drinker increased strength for a short duration and then it has a status effect condition attached to it.
Oh.
Status effect
Which is
just
the
says
poisoned
status effect.
which is the poisoned condition.
The status effect just says status effect Lumpy.
The status effect is the poisoned condition.
Okay.
Rough.
Poisoning, that sounds bad.
But it does say it increases the user's strength for a short duration.
Yeah. Doesn't say by how much.
It just says like you get like a strength amp.
Okay.
Old
Cool.
school RPG. It just says it does a thing. You're like, what are the numbers?
All right. Cool. Thank you, Mr. Lumpy.
You're no problem.
It's like one of those games where, like, if you actually wanted to min max, you had to like get out of the like Microsoft Excel and like write on a spreadsheet.
Gotta be honest, I'm a little scared to drink this, but if things get
I wouldn't be if I were you.
Yeah. Okay.
But if worst comes to worst, you pass your shoulder. I'll be in my cabin. He walks back up the stairs.
All right. You just have a good time in there. I gotta look around.
You hear banjo music.
Oh, lovely.
And
What?
as this is going on, you just like see me in the background, just like walking at like a dead sprint towards.
It's like Get Out.
Yeah, no, but I'm like walking at like a dead sprint towards Robert, and I'm just like basically you just see me and you hear like in the background. You're all the scarecrows
in the
be like, "Don't
rings!
do rings!
Robert, while all this is happening, you approach Alice, and she's sitting up on her pole once again with those big red dimples. You know, her cloth face, which is very sort of it's very sort of flexible and like expressive. You know, she's got her big red nose and her cute little hat that she's wearing. And obviously, like, you know, her big red gloved hands. You know, it's very, you know, it's your favorite friend, Alice the Scareclown. And she looks over and she goes, "Well, hey there, Robert. Well, how can I help you?"
You are an interesting individual.
Oh, well, gosh, she kind of honks her nose and she says, "That's awful sweet of you to say."
Well, the reason for that is you are far more animated than your compatriots.
Well, I don't quite know what you mean, but if you think I'm just charming, I really, honestly, I'm flattered.
I have reason to believe that you are more of an autonomous person than a scarecrow that was built to watch a field.
Scareclown.
Scareclown. My mistake.
Yeah, thank you.
But I have reason to believe that you are more autonomous. That you are, in fact, more free-thinking. More free. Period.
Well, that's an interesting idea because I am bound to a farm magically. So not really, she says.
You may be bound to this location. That's fair. However, I think that there's more to you than meets the eye.
Oh, gosh, Robert, buy me a drink first, she says.
I don't think that would be good for the straw.
I blush, but I can't. She says, I blush, but I can't.
I don't think a drink would be good for the straw. It's a great way to get mold.
I don't have straw in me.
You don't?
No.
What are you made of?
I'm not quite sure, she says.
You mind if I take the glove off?
Oh, well, Robert, you are quite forward all of a sudden. We just met today, she says.
Here's the thing. There's a really easy way to determine if you're made of straw or not. Take off a glove.
My God, you meet a man for a day and he's already telling you to take off your clothes. Oh, my goodness, sir. My goodness, sir.
Robert gives her a look like, really?
She looks over, she's like, Mortis, can you believe this? The skull-cloaked Reaper-looking Scarecrow slowly turns and he goes, I have no concept of what you're talking about, so sure. Okay, I got a confession to make. The glove don't come off.
Doesn't.
No. Glove's part of me. It's like a glove, but they're actually my fingers.
Could you
She like wiggles
roll
them.
up your sleeve?
Nope. Is the glove sleeves attached? They're connected. As I said, it's like having hands in your arms. You can't really say roll up your skin on your arm, now can you?
Well, I suppose a tactile test. Could you shake my hand, please?
Oh, she disconnects her hand from like the top of the wooden pole she's on and reaches out and weep, grabs your hand. It's like a big, soft, squishy hand.
What does it feel like is under the glove?
Hard to say. It doesn't feel like straw. It feels, when you get like a new pillow, it kind of feels like that sensation of like a brand new pillow.
A new pillow.
Stuff?
Yeah. Kind of like soft and like it kind of like depresses in when you let go. It kind of like comes out again.
Okay, does it feel like A, foam, B, downy feathers, or C, something more along the lines of like cotton stuff?
I think it feels like cottony feather, like it counts like cotton or feather, somewhere in there, in that.
So more downy.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel soft. It's very pleasant. Yeah. Like it's like that sort of like very squishy pillow that's like brand new, like very comfortable.
Like a feather pillow?
Yeah, maybe, but it does have that sort of like it like when you squish it like squishes in and then like pops back out again.
I think it might be stuffed with downy feathers.
Wait, is she memory foam, Thomas?
I asked if it was foam. He said no.
I know, I was making a joke.
There's a good one. That's funny. That is funny.
I think you might be stuffed with feathers.
Well, I don't rightly know. I haven't necessarily checked my insides, if you know what I mean.
If you're not made of straw, you might not be subject to the same magical restrictions as the scarecrows. Other scarecrows.
Well, I don't know. I just know that I'm new here, and sometimes I look wistfully off into the horizon, and I imagine what it would be like to walk free.
I think that can be arranged.
But anyway, that's just a crazy dream. But, like, my job is here in the farm, as it should be.
But does it have to be?
As far as we know, the other scarecrows don't have such dreams that we've interacted with yet.
And that right there is an interesting point you make, Alice. Because I think you're the only scarecrow who isn't content to sit on their pole and stare.
What? She doesn't finish that. She just leaves it at that.
I think you're the only one who dreams of walking free in the outside world.
That's no, I don't. That'd be crazy.
You literally just said
but people have fantasies that aren't going to come true, It's like things you think, oh, that would be cool if that happened, but, it's not my purpose in life,
Sure, you sit here and you watch the field, but is that what you want, or is that what Lumpy wants you to do?
After you sit, she, like, smiling, but she's like, her eyes had drifted into the middle distance and glazed over. And it's at this point that Chad comes, like, power walking up to you, and in the distance you hear, "It's tournament rings! This thing's tournament rings!"
I just look at Chad and I just go, "What happened?"
Well, you remember Jeff?
Jeff right now!
Yes. What happened?
So, and then, like, I pull rings out of my pocket. This is Jeff now.
What?
I tried to turn him into armor, and he's...
You tried to turn him into armor?
I tried to give him armor, but his material just kind of,
Did you try to give him armor?
Into rings.
Or did you try to turn him into armor?
I tried to give him armor, but I guess I turned him into armor on accident, thinking I could change his clothes and not change the rest of him.
It's all Scarecrow.
Oh, shit.
It's all Scarecrow.
Well, I guess we all learned something here today, didn't we?
Alice just goes, "What happened to Jeffrey? Should I be worried?"
Don't worry. No, he's okay. He's fine.
What? So, sorry, I was having like a whole. I was having an episode. I'm sorry, I blanked out for a minute. What happened?
You have to be very, very specific when you're using coding language.
Good to know. Good to know.
At this point, Sonny, with a rope wrapped around his shoulder, comes walking up to the two of you.
Why are all the scarecrows saying something about turning into rings?
She turned him into rings!
They won't stop. They seem pretty upset.
Jeffrey, my sweet boy!
Do you know what happened?
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I mean, I go into the barn for 2 minutes and all the scarecrows are crying.
Chad's just looking into his hand with a bunch of like metal rings.
I am become death, galvanizer of scarecrows.
They call me Chad Kyle Ryan.
Chad?
Galvanizer of scarecrows.
Galvanizer of scarecrows.
Do I want to
Dark
know
Souls boss bar appears under the screen.
what happened?
The boss health bar just says Chad Kyle Ryan, 3 first names.
Alice looks over at the other scarecrows and she goes, honestly, I haven't seen some of them this upset in a long time. Did something happen?
I think something might have happened.
He was so young!
Chad?
Tell me, were you close with Jeffrey?
Oh, well, Jeffrey's lovely. You know, I don't see him a whole lot because he's on the other end of the field. But, you know, of everyone here, he's one of the most, I think, outspoken. You know, like myself, he likes to talk about the world outside and, you know, ruminate on things that he's got a very deep, rich character. I always thought he's very nuanced as a person. I always felt like, there's a lot going on there. He's a very simple soul on the surface, but there's a lot going on there inside old Jeffrey, you know?
Hey, Thomas, is there a way I can undo what I just did?
Just Control Z.
Can I use my glitch magic to Control Z and see if I can make him appear over here?
Actually, there's a possibility that he could quick load a autosave state.
Roll me a d6. Something's gonna happen.
Oh, it's a 6!
Hey!
It's a 6!
Okay.
Chad figures out how to open the menu.
You hold up the pieces of chainmail and they flow into the air like a stream of liquid metal. And then they shoot through the air behind you across the field out of sight.
And then not too long after, you hear Jeffrey going, "Ah!"
No. There's silence and then you just hear, "Oh God, what is that?"
What is that?
Yeah. Oh my God! And you hear a shriek of horror from across the field.
What did you do now?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk over there towards whatever monster I just created.
Sonny, go with him. Don't leave him unattended.
Yeah.
Alice is over. She goes, "Should I come too? I feel like a strong need to go check."
I don't know if I would recommend it, but far be it.
You know what? She hops off the
All
boat.
right.
You're telling me to make decisions. I'm making a decision. Her big.
I'm not your boss.
Noises as she walks, as she like overly dramatically with her arms back and forth,
Marching.
kind of saunters.
Now she
kinda
gets off her pole. Finally.
You guys convinced her to do it before. She got off it earlier.
Yeah,
Okay, she just didn't go very far.
Her, come look at the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got off for a little bit.
All right.
So she marches over there.
Chad,
you walk over and you find Jeffrey, but he's entirely made of chainmail, and it's just like the Scarecrow, but he's just made of metal rings, all kind of attached to each other, and he creaks and clinks with metal as he turns to you.
I feel
and he, the
so
mouth opens.
powerful.
He turns and there's a metal mouth, almost like rings of teeth, and it opens and it just goes,
I feel only steel.
Good. See, this is what I wanted. This is everything I wanted for you.
All I know now is that I feel nothing but cold steel.
Jeffrey then turns and sprints out of the farm into the horizon.
There he goes.
Oh my God.
I've created an antagonist. I've created an antagonist.
You unleashed a chainmail golem on the world.
We'll see him again with Skeletron Prime.
I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to see him come back.
Actually, wait. For anything, roll me a d6 because this is going to
Determine if he's hostile or not.
No, you'll see what this is going to determine. Please roll me a d6. What did you roll?
Also a 6.
Is he a boss monster now? Is he a boss monster?
What I was determining was whether or not he would instantly cease to be magical as soon as he exited the farm, and if he would just clatter to rings again. But on a 6, he legit just sprints into the horizon out of the farm.
He's free.
I made a real boy.
Jeffrey is free.
He just runs into the horizon.
I made a real
Fuck yeah.
boy, guys. He's a real boy now. I'm so proud. Does that make me a dad? Am I a dad now?
Robert has this
Alice
concerned expression on his face.
Alice looks horrified.
Sunny
She's
looks-
just standing there like, what the fuck did I just see?
Sunny looks confused.
That was my son. That's my son. That's my boy. You go. You go, Jeffrey.
I look at you as you're clapping.
Good game, pal. Good game.
Your son?
Gotta get right in there. Good job.
Chad, I think we need to make some rules about your powers.
You need to use protection.
It's
Can't have you making
it's at
kids
this
all the
moment.
time.
It's at this moment you see a tall coat, scarfed and hatted figure walking down the road
Dive into the grass!
and come to the entrance of the farm, striding through the
Alice,
opening.
with me! I dive into the grass.
What?
I grab
she goes,
her and
what?
I guess.
She, her limbs flail exaggeratedly. as she
Jesus,
plummets into the
Robert.
grass.
I guess I'll crouch in the grass
I
as
just
well.
look out and I'm like, it's an ambush. You're not supposed to be seen.
Yeah,
I don't know what ambushes are. I've never been a part of
You're
one.
about
she
to
says.
be.
I pop into the inventory.
What are you doing, Chad?
Oh, I said I hopped into the inventory.
Whose inventory?
Oh, he's gone. Chad is just gone.
Is it a shared inventory?
There's 2 inventories, but Chad can hop between both of them.
So I suppose
yeah.
for Chad,
Okay.
it
It's
is
a shared
the
inventory for me.
I will specify whose inventory you are in.
This inventory is mine. It was made for me.
Whose inventory is available, Thomas?
What?
I said, whose inventory is available? Are there more than just the...
Does the
That's an excellent
Scarecrow have an
question.
inventory?
No, it's just Robert and Sunny.
Oh, okay. Well, we're both near you. Like, we're practically next to you.
It's either one of them.
And Jeffrey's inventory rapidly fading into the distance.
Jeffrey, we don't know what we've done to Jeffrey.
I'm pretty
We
sure
have no
he's
idea.
now a roaming boss mob.
Cool. I'm super glad
These
about
heroes
that.
are doing
I'm
more
super glad
harm
I
than
could've brought
good.
this into the world.
He's gonna be the
right,
new.
We're
final
gonna
boss.
repeatedly run into him and he's just gonna become more and more powerful. We're gonna defeat Skeletron Prime and he's gonna take his body and add it to his own.
Yeah, I'll jump into Sunny's inventory.
Okay,
All right.
in the Sunny's inventory. How many slots do you got available right now? Because keep in mind, he has to be able to enter in one of your empty slots.
I have 6 used up out of
Okay, so
10. I think.
Okay, so you got an open slot.
I
Yeah.
think it's 20 was the inventory capacity.
Yes, you
Oh,
have 20
20,
slots
yeah.
total.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
twice
got
as-
plenty.
okay.
I got plenty of room.
You got plenty of room in there. So yeah, you hop in, into the inventory. So he's in there.
Get in my
All
bag.
you duck down. All you duck down as this coated, hatted, scarfed figure walks up to the house. Something about the gait of this figure is a little weird and awkward. They don't fully extend their legs with each
Taking
stride.
very small
it's like
steps,
they're
I
almost
assume.
yeah. It's very small.
Like
steps.
shuffling along.
It looks very menacing at a distance, but as they get closer, it's very much this tall, straight-backed figure, sort of shuffle stepping across the ground. towards
Are they
this
straight
house.
backed or does it look like they have like a swaying scoliosis going on?
Yeah, their whole frame sort of bends back and forth from side to side.
God damn, that's some hella scoliosis right there. I got a chiropractor I can recommend you, my guy.
What are you guys doing?
Well, assuming I have a clear line of sight, I'm gonna knock an arrow and just sort of get ready.
I hide in the tall grass, and I encourage the clown to be quiet.
Your reign of thievery is about to end. Brownies.
Shush.
So, I was wondering, Thomas, I could be a weapon, correct? Could I be an arrow that gets knocked?
Can you be ammunition?
Can I be ammunition?
Do you ask? You can talk to the person whose inventory you're in.
I'm reaching for an arrow.
I want to... Hey, Sonny, use me as an arrow. See if you could use me as an arrow.
Oh, God.
Shoot me at him.
Hey, he is a footballer. I imagine no one's better at tackling from a high speed.
Can I go into my inventory and drag him into my quiver slot or something? Or how does that work?
When you click on him, there's the equip option, and the only two options are weapon and armor.
Can you use him as a bow?
I try to equip him as a weapon?
Chad vanishes, and he appears in one of your hands, like holding his arm on the side, and Chad is bent into a crescent like a bow as you're holding him by the side, impossibly so at the end.
Oh, so he's like this?
A bow. Yes, to the side, bent like a fucking bow. And you're just holding this man who's like bent into a crescent. And Chad, you're just like sitting there bent like that. And there is like this string that's connecting his feet in his hands as like the bowstring. And when you pull back, the arrows that appear, you pull back the arrow and it's just a football.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it a football or is it like a stack of footballs?
No, it's just a football, but for some reason you're pulling it back like an arrow.
Okay.
Like an arrow somehow.
Watch the firing animation be, he fires it, and all of a sudden, instead of being in bow shape, Chad is acting like he's standing on the green, and he just throws the football. And then goes.
Okay. Well, I take aim, and I'm gonna let loose on these imposters, and I just say before I shoot, well, I hope you have good stats. Just let the football fly.
Touchdown!
Okay. I think you get a boon because, like, with bows or something? Like, is that something you get, or?
I don't think it's with bows. I have...
ranged weapons and wilderness tasks. Yeah, you would get a boon. Okay.
Perfect.
And I got another news for you. You're going to get an additional boon for using Chad, so that's going to be
oh my God.
What a Chad bow.
Chad boon.
I have a Chad bow.
This feels so
double
weird.
Boon.
Okay, 6.
Fuck, that's a...
Oh, man.
So you pull back the Chad bow. The fucking football gets pulled back, and it launches the football. And the football goes sailing through the air, and as it does, there is the ethereal sound of a crowd cheering, like at a stadium as you fire it, which does get the attention of the figure who turns at the sound of the ethereal crowd cheering. But then the football slams right into the top of them, which seems to decapitate the figure until you realize there's a smaller figure knocked off the shoulders of this figure that then falls to the ground.
Isn't there usually 3 of these coded figures?
There's just one that you see. And the figure turns to you, but it's like their torso turns and then their legs kind of scoot to turn with the torso in a way that is deeply upsetting. And they turn, and you just hear from the depths of the coat, "Uh-oh! Looks like it's time to rip and tear!"
Good God.
Thank you all for listening to Hyperdive Heroes. If you like what you heard, please make sure to like, subscribe, and activate notifications wherever you get your podcasts.